Assalamu alaikum students. This is the experiment 4 of your manufacturing process lab workbook. In this experiment, I will explain you about the like manual electric arc welding. That is the main type of the fusion welding. This practical on manual electric arc welding is performed in the fabrication lab of NID University of Engineering Technology. One distinguished feature in performing the electric arc welding in fabrication lab is that normally we use alternating current equipment instead of the DC current equipment because alternating current equipment is easy to install in the lab, and normally alternating current equipment requires a less maintenance cost as compared to the DC current or direct current equipment. Because direct current equipment, there are a lot of rectifiers and MOSFETs are installed inside the machine, inside the equipment. So DC current equipment costs more as compared to the alternating current equipment. Current equipment has less cost. That's why we use alternating current equipment in performing the manual electric arc welding. In electric arc welding, heat is being uh, applied at the workpiece at the interface of the base metal, and due to heat, both the base metal interface melts and form a melt pool, and after solidification, weld joint will form. In this practical lab 4, we will form two joints, butt and the corner joint. First, I will explain you about the tools which are commonly or normally used to perform the electric arc welding. In electric arc welding, first tool is the shield which is appearing on your screen. This is the hand shield which is used to protect your eyes and face from the heat and the arc. These are the workpieces that are to be joined. These are made up of the mild steel. This is the electrode packing. And next is the tongue, which is used to hold the hot welded part. These are the consumable flux-coated electrodes and main constituent part of the electric arc welding. These electrodes are E6013 type. E stands for the rod, and 60 is the 60 kilo pounds per square inch minimum tensile strength, and one is the welding position. You can perform welding in all positions: horizontal, vertical, flat, and overhead. And three is the flux type coating, which is that is the mixture of the potassium and rutile. And the other tool is the chisel hammer. Chisel hammer is used to remove the slack from the weld bead, and wire brush is used to remove the flashes and spatters from the joint. These are the gloves which is used to protect your hand from the heat. This is the panel. This is the switch panel, and the main power supply. The current flows from this power supply or the switch panel or the main switch. Current flows to the step down transformer. Step down transformer is used to reduce the voltage and increases the current at the secondary winding. The two These are the two cables as you see attached at the transformer. The other end, one end of the one cable is connected to the earth, which is connected to the working table. The other cable, the the other cable line is connected to the electrode holder assembly. This is electrode holder assembly. This is the electrode, and this hole is the working table. These are the two work pieces which are going to be joined. Uh, these work pieces are brought into contact. First, we will perform a welding to form a butt joint. First, we will test the electrode. This is the electrode testing to ensure the current is flowing from transformer towards the electrode. This is the tagging process. Tagging process is being performed because tagging is very important in electric arc welding. Tag welds are the small welds or temporary welds which is used to hold the work pieces together. Their tag welds function is used to align the work pieces and to maintain the gap between the work pieces. Uh, I'm talking about those work pieces that are being welded. You will see this is first tag and this is the second tag. Both tags are being formed on one side of the workpiece. And these are the two tag welds, and on this side you will perform or electric arc welding performed on this side. As you know, due to the electric current, electric arc will produce, and because this electric arc is responsible to generate the heat, and due to this heat, um both the base metal interface melts and form a molten pool. Moreover, during the welding, as you know, the filler material also melts and deposit at the interface to form a stronger, strengthened joint. Filler material is added to make the joint uh, strong or to give a joint a good strength. This is the hot welded weld bead, and in this electric arc welding, this filler material itself electrode. This is the hot welded bead. Then hammering is being performed at the joint to remove the slack from the weld joint. Wire brush is used to remove all this spatter or flashes. Now this part is dipped into the water to cool it down. In Ability lab, you will require this cooling because you need to perform this lab fast. If you don't perform this cooling, then you have to wait for 20 to 15 to 20 minutes to cool it down. For faster cooling, we normally use this water. You will see a perfect joint, a perfect weld bead after cooling. This is the final butt joint. As you know, the butt joint are the two parts which are on the same plane, and you will join these two parts with the help of welding. You will see a silver weld bead between the two workpieces. This is the butt joint. Second is the corner joint. This is the fixture which is used to align the two parts, because this fixture is required to form a corner joint, because the two parts form a corner joint at right angle. You cannot hold both parts during the welding, so we normally use this fixture to align both the workpieces. You will see tagging is being performed. The two tags, as we have performed in the forming the butt joint, the same tagging is being performed here in forming the corner joint. These two tag welds are already formed. Now this is the final welding process, final electric arc welding. High electric current is flowing between the electrode and the workpiece, and due to electric arc, the same process. Due to electric arc, heat is generated. Due to this heat, the interface of the base metal melts and form a weld pool. You will see this is the hot welded weld bead, and this is the final corner joint after solidification. This is the two tag welds which we have formed earlier. This is all about the electric arc welding.